Hi guys, welcome back. Long freaking time no see. And I know it's been a long time and I do apologize. I'm still alive. My plants are still alive and growing, but so is my belly because I am having a baby. Yes, you heard that correctly. I am pregnant. As beautiful and amazing and awesome as that is, I have not been feeling great at all. When they say morning sickness, they might as well say sick forever because I've been on my deathbed. I think I found out I was pregnant about 10 days after I uploaded my last video, and I swear as soon as I found out, just a couple days later, the all-day sickness kicked right in. I honestly would have never imagined feeling like this while pregnant. I just thought it was gonna be this cute, awesome, amazing thing, which it is, but the way I've been feeling has not been anything close to cute, amazing, or awesome. If my house blows down by the end of this video, you guys can hear why. It's so windy outside today, and of course I picked today to film my video, finally. But I'm not gonna let that stop me. I'll show you guys my little sonogram, no close-up, because I'm not sure if there's information on here that I shouldn't share. But there is a baby in there. This was last month, so I am officially almost 3 months pregnant. I will be 3 months pregnant around Valentine's Day, which is so cute. I can't wait. But yeah, I've just been trying to survive. It really hasn't been easy on me at all. But I hear after the first trimester is when symptoms start to decrease a little bit. So I'm hoping and praying to God that after I'm 3 months pregnant, I'll start feeling a lot better. Because honestly, a bitch has been dying. Thankfully, I have a really supportive partner in my life that helps me with everything. Although I really don't let him or anybody else touch my plants because they're my babies. And there was a point in time where I had to resurrect almost every plant in my collection because they were all slowly dying. I don't think I watered my plants at all in the month of December, and it really took a toll on my plants. Not sure if I had to toss any plants at all, because my plants are really good, honestly. Like, they have been really good with surviving without me doing anything to them. So today, now that all of that is out of the way, I just wanted to give you guys some updates because I feel like that's all I can do right now is sit here and show you some plants. So let's get into it. I have such a bad headache because that is my most recent symptom. Also, I did do the, what is it called? The NIPT test, so I'll be finding out if it's a boy or girl this week or next week, which I'm super excited about. I really don't have a preference on which gender I want, not that I have any control over it anyway. Either way, I'm excited to be somebody's mommy soon. Anyways, back to the plants, and sorry if I'm a little weird. I haven't filmed in a very long time. I'm pregnant, I'm out of breath, and the wind is just so loud today. I live at the top floor of an old ass house. My apartment actually used to be an attic, and my grandparents have owned this house for like 50 years, so it's a really old building. If I wasn't out of breath before, I'm definitely always out of breath now, so please bear with me. I'm very excited to be back. Anyways, my new plants. My first new plant is this beautiful Maranta. I have another, what are these plants called? Prayer plants. I have another prayer plant that I recently got to. I think I might have showed you guys that, but I really wanted this one because I used to have a bunch of these, which I honestly couldn't tell you what happened to them. They obviously died. Couldn't tell you when, couldn't tell you how, but I'm excited to have this one. And it is in soil. Oh, let me take it out. It's I'm so sorry if you hear the wind. There's nothing I can do about that, but I'm back, so be happy, please. Anyways, this plant is in soil right now, and it's been in soil. I got this one for Christmas from my boyfriend's mom, which is so sweet of her, and she also got me a gift card to my favorite plant shop ever. Literally the sweetest lady ever. But she got me this plant. It's beautiful, it's big, it's gorgeous. I haven't took any chops off of it yet, which I do plan to do because I want a bunch of these. But it's very healthy, and it's so freaking, what is that? Oh, a piece of dirt fell out. And it's so freaking pretty. I have to water it though because it's super duper dry. This is definitely one of my more forgiving plants. Like, if I forget to water this plant for over a week, which it probably has been over a week, it's not going to die on me. Thank God. Like I said, I've had this since Christmas, And I've honestly been neglecting my plants for a while, so the fact that this plant hasn't lost any leaves just makes me so happy, honestly. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Which one is this though? If you guys know the name of this specific Maranta, let me know. I think it's the Maranta lucre something. I don't know. I don't remember, but it might be that one. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. We will be taking chops soon, so make sure you're subscribed so you can see that. But yes, this is one of my newest plants. Ah! Not the ultrasound picture. It's so cute. I can't even believe that it was this big. This was January. I think I got this ultrasound, yeah, January 2nd. And today is January 28th. So the baby is a lot bigger now. I have this app that shows you exactly how big the baby is, like per week. And I'm 10 weeks in a few days now. So the baby currently looks like, sorry, my screen's a little dirty, but it currently looks like this. It has hands and stuff, which is so cool. I can't even deal. I'm so freaking excited. Anywho, I think I'm so happy because this is actually my first pregnancy. I've never been pregnant. I was on birth control like all of my 20s, and I recently got off the depot shot like 2.5 years ago. And I've never had a miscarriage or an abortion. So I'm just so happy. Anyways. Okay, the next plant that I got recently is this, I almost called this a philodendron. This is a Hoya Matilde, which I already have one other Hoya Matilde, which is growing beautifully. That one, a subscriber sent me that plant, I think a year ago now. It most definitely needs a repot as, oh, my camera's dying. This one doesn't have as much splash as my other one. Let me grab my other one so I can show you the difference. This is my other Hoya Matilde that I have in pond. It's been in pond for quite some time now. Oh my god, it's really, really dry. But this one is so gorgeous. This is the one that a subscriber sent to me. I think it only had about 4 leaves on it when it was sent to me. And the fact that it's grown this much makes me so happy because in the past, I had such a hard time growing Hoya Matilde. As for my new one, I think I might chop this up and put it in the shop once they grow sufficiently. I can't breathe, oh my god. I know my plant shop has been a little bit dead these days, but I promise I'm doing the best I can. Anywho, on to my next new plant. Recently, like within the past couple of weeks, I picked up 2 plants that I don't even see anybody talk about anymore, but I saw them and I had to grab them, especially because they had so many different kinds. And those are these tiny, cute little butt plants. Ooh, how cute are these? Well, let me show you one at a time. I got this little purple one. What that is coming out, I think it might have been a flower trying to come out. I'm not too sure. But that's what that looks like. Freaking cool. I'm so excited to have these back in my collection. And then I got this weird looking one right here. This one's pretty cool too. I might transfer these to pond because honestly, every time I water these, they're dry within the same day. The soil that they're in is not holding water well at all. Like, look at how dry. And nothing I do will make this plant hold water. The soil is hydrophobic at this point. So I think I have to transfer these to pond or something to keep them alive. So we'll be doing that. So we will be doing that soon as well. What else do I have that's new to show you? What kind of Hoya is this? I'm not sure. This is a Hoya that I also picked up the same day I picked up the booty plants. And it's just so pretty. I noticed that it was a little bit sun stressed, so my eyes immediately were attracted to this plant. So pretty. It says teacup and Anemone Hoya. I don't know. If you guys know the name of this Hoya, please let me know. This one's also, actually the soil's holding water pretty good. I was gonna say it's hydrophobic, but it feels like it's holding water okay at this point. Very pretty. I can't wait till it grows so I can take some chops off of it. I might actually change this to Semihydro as well because honestly, even in the wintertime, I've been seeing some fungus gnats because I have about 7 plants in soil right now. Maybe even more. And you guys know I have a lot of sphagnum moss around my house as well too, so I think that's contributing to the fungus gnat infestation that's taking place right now. The fungus gnats honestly aren't that bad, but once I see one, I'm like, ugh, the soil has got to go. We'll move on to some Planty updates because my plants have been growing regardless of me neglecting them, which makes me so happy and so proud because I feel like I put them in a really good setup. to allow them to thrive without me having to pay too much attention to them, you know? Okay, so the first plant I want to show you is my Philodendron El Chaco Red. I think this plant has put out at least 2 new leaves since I've last updated you on it, so let's look at it. O'Reilly! Guys, look at how beautiful this plant is. I gotta back up a little bit because she's just so large and in charge now. This is the most recent leaf that came out, and my camera's overheating again. No. I swear it's like every 5 minutes. Camera overheated again, of course. But I was showing you my beautiful Philodendron El Chaco Red. This is the newest leaf that came out, which is super big. And every time a leaf comes out, I'm like, oh my God, it's so big. And then the next one is bigger than the last, I think. Is this one? Whew. Hold on, I gotta back up. Okay. I think this one is bigger than this one down here, which is super freaking cool. I love this plant so much. I still have my little baby El Chaco Red propagations that I potted up with you guys a few months ago. Those are doing okay. They're currently in my greenhouse growing, so I'll update you guys on those in another video. Although I have had to chop this plant down a couple times, it does grow extremely well, which makes me so happy and so proud. I do have it on a moss pole, which is kind of growing into. I think I'm gonna have to, like, I don't know, maneuver it a little bit because it looks like it's coming off the moss pole, but hopefully the roots make its way into the pole once they come out. But yes, I wanted to update you on my big, beautiful girl here because she is one of my most prized possessions. Another plant I want to update you guys on is my Alocasia Jacqueline because honestly, that plant has taken months and months and months to put out a new leaf. I think I'm going to have to change the substrate that it's in eventually because I feel like it shouldn't be growing as slow as it's growing, but nevertheless it's growing. And I'm always afraid to touch that plant because every single time I've ever taken my established Jacqueline completely out of a substrate, it's died back completely. So I'm not sure when I'm going to change the substrate or if I'm actually going to, but it's just growing so slow. And the next leaf came out looking a little wonky. Oh my God, I haven't even picked her up in so long. She probably has freaking spider mites. That's probably the real issue. Okay. So there are 2 stalks inside this pot, one that's growing these tiny leaves right here, and then we have one that's growing bigger leaves like this one, this big leaf right here, and it recently put out this leaf right here, which is super cool. I haven't even photographed any of these plants in so long. If you guys haven't noticed, I haven't been on Instagram in like almost 3 months now. But yes, Jackie's still alive. And she's still growing, just extremely slow. So if you guys have an Alocasia Jacqueline that's growing faster than mine is growing, please let me know any tips because I would love any help I can get on this plant. I'm so out of breath. It just tells me that my little baby is growing strong and fast. The pictures on the baby app that I use, it's so crazy how the baby grows so much every week. So it definitely makes sense why I feel sick every week because my body is growing fingers and toes and a butt and shoulders and lungs and heart. Like, what? Anyways, this is my Jackie. Look at how, I will never, ever get over how freaking cool this plant is. I just wish it was so much bigger and had a lot more leaves on it. If you guys remember, I had a very, very, very nice Alocasia Jacqueline that I ripped out of the substrate and it died completely and I was devastated. That's why I'm really hesitant to take this one out of the substrate because that was just so traumatic for me to lose that plant. It was growing so fast and so good and I just ruined all of it. So this is my current Jackie here. And she sits in the window, like closest to the window on those like tan shelves over there. So she gets a lot of sunlight. I don't know if that's an issue or I don't know. I don't know what to do with this plant. I just want it to grow better. It could be because it's winter and it's a little more chilly in here than usual. And I also don't turn on the humidifier as often as I should, which has always been an issue for me. Unless it's in the greenhouse, it's probably not getting as much humidity as it needs. So I will try my best, but it's just so big. I wish I could have it in like an enclosed specimen, but it's just large and in charge now. I honestly feel like cleaning out my greenhouse where all the small plants are and putting like 3 big ones in there just so they can grow better, or even getting a bigger greenhouse so I can house these, but I don't want to move any more furniture into this apartment because I will be moving soon, which is also very exciting. Anywho, okay, next on the docket is my Monstera Thai Constellation. gorgeous, beautiful plant. It's actually growing pretty well. I think it would have grown a lot faster if I could remember to water this plant. And you would think I would remember because it does have a water meter here, which is indicating right now that it's extremely dry. I think it's put out this new leaf since the last time I've updated you guys, which is extremely beautiful and fenestrated. But because of the lack of care that I've given it, it did put out a new leaf, but I don't think this has any fenestrations on it. Oops, let me show you this way. I don't think it's fenestrated at all, but it does have a lot of variegation, which is amazing. This plant does really good with variegation. I also haven't peeled it open to see if there are any fenestrations, so let's take a peek. I don't think so, which is so sad, honestly. Let's do a little peel. Oh, there is a fenestration. Yes, that makes me so freaking happy. I don't want to peel it too much, but yeah, you guys probably won't be able to see it, but I'll show you once it fully opens. Yay, I really thought that leaf wasn't gonna have any fenestrations on it, and it looks a little bit smaller than the rest of the leaves, if you look at it. But yay, that makes me happy. Definitely be updating you guys on this soon because that leaf is gonna unfurl within the next week or so. I always get comments about my philodendron squamiferum because I did a complete video on that plant when I transferred it from soil to Semihydro. And people do comment on that video asking me how the transfer went and how the plant is doing. And that is one plant that has not skipped a beat since I transferred it. It hasn't lost one leaf at all, and it's been growing beautifully. Here she is right here. Beautiful shiny leaves. I love this plant so much because it just looks so jungly. Like straight out the jungle. Look at this freaking petiole. It's so cool. It's not like furry, but it's like, they feel rubbery. Like these little fibers on it are like rubbery, which is super cool. And it also has a new leaf coming out as of recently. If you peel this back, there's another little leaf growing there as well. So this is a plant that definitely makes me feel like a proud plant mother because it just hasn't given me an issue since I've gotten it and transferred it. So that's always good. Even with all of this algae in the pot, which I need to clean, we'll probably do that together soon as well. It just never has an issue, which makes me so freaking happy. One thing I am worried about with my plants right now is that a lot of them probably have spider mites because of the season. I feel like every winter my plants get an influx of spider mites, and I haven't done anything to remedy the situation. Like a lot of the leaves are a little bit sticky. I don't think I've seen any webbing specifically on anything, but I just have a feeling that there are spider mites present in my collection, which I do need to remedy soon before they start to become an issue, but we'll get to that at a later date. I only have two more, yeah, there's only two more plants I want to update you guys on. One of my prized possessions, my Hoya calistophylla. Look at how beautiful this plant is growing. Like, are you actually kidding me? I don't really take this plant down that much because it sits in a window. It actually sits in that window over there, which you can see is extremely bright throughout the day. So I don't really touch it much or take it down much, but I do have to water this plant often because it is in such bright sunlight most of the day. But look at these beautiful new leaves. Like, are you actually kidding me? I cannot wait for this plant to bloom. I'm hoping next summer a lot of my Hoya bloom and not just my Hoya obovata, which I still have. She's still doing extremely well. She still has all of her little buds from where she bloomed last summer. So yeah, I'm really hoping my Hoya obovata blooms again next summer. I am very confident that it will, and I can't wait because those are the most beautiful blooms I've ever seen. And the only ones I've ever seen in real life. Anyways, last Planty update. I forgot the name of this one, but it's another Hoya that I keep in my bedroom window. It's very dry right now. Which one is this? I had the Hoya calistophylla and then the Hoya, I don't know. I'll put the name on the screen once I figure it out, but this one's growing extremely well too, despite it being underwatered severely. It's also getting a little sun stress, which I love to see. I love the green to orange to red hue. It's so beautiful. It does have a few tiny, tiny leaves coming out. You can barely see. There's one down here too. You can barely see them. And they're like gray when they first come out, which is super cool. They're like grayish purple and then they get green, and I just love this plant so much. We're definitely going to be chopping up a lot of my Hoya in the warmer months, so definitely make sure you're subscribed so you can see that. And I did want to water some plants in this video, but it's literally just me dumping water into these containers, so I think we'll all be okay. And I'm really hungry, and I'm always really hungry. I don't think I've ever eaten this much in my life. If I'm not eating, I immediately feel sick. Like I constantly have to have a snack. I don't think I've been eating anything that weird. I'm just eating anything all the time because this baby is hungry and it's making me hungry. Hopefully I don't gain 1,000 pounds during this pregnancy, but if I do, that's whatever. It's off with the little baby. Anyways, I'm so happy to be back. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram at Mother of Plants. I promise I'll start posting on there soon again. Don't forget to follow me on Etsy at Palace of Propagations. There will be plants in there as soon as I can. Bear with me, guys. I love you. Bye.